city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls. Here's a look at some Super Bowls. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
We're set! U18! 125! Watch a slant! Watch a slant! He's crossing!
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special runs in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
57 to mine. 57 to mine. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Will Fuller, 34 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Bravo.
To throw is Breeze. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kendall Beckwith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. To throw, it's Breeze. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
His 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn, still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady. Hey, kill.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Crunch time, defense.
He's coming. We got double up. Easy, opposite. Hatchet.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of 2 there, second down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Breeze here finding Kamara. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're going to have a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
You ready?
Mike 51. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Check.
On third down, here's Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
0-2.
Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike.
Go.
Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Watch the run.
Hey, check Mike 21.
5-9.
Check Mike 21.
Hey, easy.
So here we go on fourth down with Breeze. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll run on first down. Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And some room to roam now. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
51.
Over.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to him again. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their own 46. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Set. 19.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Mike, 59 Mike, check, 59. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
X3, 218, chopper.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
We're set. 19. At 59.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 81 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. Taking on the midfield logo. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
This is it. 19.
Check back 47. Hey, defense.
24. Line him up.
On first down, it's Jones. He finds some open field here. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Saints nothing.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
Ready.
An incomplete
95,
pass
56.
leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch, twist, watch. Good, 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 good.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Blue 80.
Mike 51. Here we go, G.
Hey, easy.
51 to Mike. 51 to
Hey, Q. Good night.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Open man is Michael Thomas. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice performance last week. Recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing. I just love the vision. I love the wiggle he has. But I also love the power when he ends his runs.
That's what impressed me. Yes, there was some elusiveness last week. A couple times he just ran over guys. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now 21-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here we go, 21.
Mike 51.
Hey, watch. Hey, wahoo. 22.
Throwing now is Breeze. Being chased, that he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Hey, Mike 51.
Here's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
That's taken on the 25.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check kill.
Check hot route. Hot, hot.
Hey, Alpha.
Breeze now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Only one way to describe Ronald Jones's rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the run, Watson going to throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 1-yard line.
Ready.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, 1st and goal. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They come up in an offset eye. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Kamara out of the pistol, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Breeze now. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Breeze now on 1st down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
Got 4 down, 4 down.
Ready. 5-9.
51. I'm coming for you, son.
Ready, take.
On 2nd down, Kamara gets through, and now an opening. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better.
There he goes left side. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
42, Saints 14. Bradley Pinion.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready?
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
Ready?
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Now Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quinnen Williams in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Brings up 3rd down.
Right.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Get him. 54.
Hey, exit.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Did you gonna get this, boy?
Hey, easy.
Did you gonna get this?
Snap comes at 1, and now Breeze. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Adams. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. A.J. Klein. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's 2nd down.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Alex Anzalone in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
57. Mike, 57. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 57.
Third and long. It's Watson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on fourth.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Mike's 57. 57.
Line up. Out.
They're going for it. It's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check three. Check three. Check three.
25.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Not here. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. There he goes, right side. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Kamara. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Ready. Yellow lady.
51. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, certainly they haven't had the ideal first half, but there's some momentum for them to take into halftime.
Yeah, and it might not be that wild momentum, that you see sometimes where they score late and teams go sprinting off and the whole deal. No, it might not be that, but it does give them a better feeling about themselves and what they can accomplish in the second half.
The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key.
That's caught inside the 20. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, and even 60 yards. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Will Fuller there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on.